I did this show last Father's Day. When I got off stage, this guy came over to me and told me I reminded him of God. And I told him the only thing perfect about me is my family. 30 fingers and 30 toes, all God-like, and my daughter speak to me in a voice I imagine God to sound like, speaking to me of a future like the kind I dream of living. And one day, she'll grow to be a woman no man will ever deserve like her mother, who makes melodies out of moonshine, fingers touching me, the things all nice girls are made of, like the song said. And our son will someday grow to be something more amazing than we ever imagined. Like a mustard seed will be mounted like a grain of sand, and together they will conquer the world. And all I could say was, I was witness to it. And I couldn't be more clever. Believe me, I tried. This ain't about poetry or sounding prolific. It's about a black man around the road trying to make things harder than already offered him. Trying to find beauty in the ugliness of it all. And I could be worthy if that's what it takes to make more plain for you, but I don't want to do that. Because I want you to believe in fantasy and fairy tales. Because in the end, all everything is an idea. That grew from a spark, that grew from the darkness of one's imagination, and we are all trying to escape that darkness or nothingness in that never-ending story called the human condition. And you never hear me say, I'm only human. Because saying it like that can make it sound like a bad thing. And I'm not a mistake. I'm a descendant of shackles locked around the wrists of forsaken people reborn in the verse of a lonely poet, and life as a poet, it's harder than it looks. Road trips make my baby sit and see my babies more than I do, right? And it's hard. Picture 2 weeks gone, come home to relief through hugs and kisses, then come painful minds like questions, which have been hard to explain answers like, Daddy, do you still love me? I thought I'd die when she asked me that. My heart fell. And there are no metaphors for that. So I try to keep composure and explain to her everything she needs to hear to let her know her daddy will always be here, and tears fall on her eyes like she's pregnant with guilt. And she says, Daddy, don't cry, and hugs me. Rubs my head. And I break down later areas of the house I keep my secrets in. And even later, I whisper things to them all in their sleep. I only wish I had the courage to tell them when they were awake. And that's what makes this stage so safe. The comfort of a fourth wall in a three-dimensional world, all the trappings I can ask for, not one of them is good for me. See, I sacrifice every time I step to the mic, so you tell me if what I'm saying is worth me missing my family for.